Hello everyone, my hair is a mess and I need chapstick. One second. Anyone that knows me will know that I am a chapstick addict. I have chapstick on like every single dresser of my apartment and just always have it on hand. I don't know why my lips are so freaking dry. It's also winter, so makes sense, I guess. But I am not really prepared at all. I didn't even like do any of my makeup or anything, but I just got done doing an aura reading for myself because I've just been feeling like I just felt like I was really overthinking today, and I just felt so in my head. I don't know, I was just really getting on myself about like, oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. Like, there's so many things that I'm like putting pressure on myself to do, but I really like didn't want to do anything. There was no divine inspiration to do anything. And I like after work I was just like sitting on the couch and I was just like, and now it's sunny out. Like today is like the second day of it, the times being, our clocks being set forward. It's all light now and I'm like, oh, I should be doing this or this or this or this, even though there's nothing to do right now. I literally have nothing. I had nothing to do and I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to clean. My place is clean. I did my taxes today. There was just nothing. There was just nothing that I really was inspired to do. And in those moments, like, if you're not having divine inspiration, then you don't need to do anything. And so all of a sudden I just kind of like felt like, oh, maybe I want to do an aura reading for myself. You know, I haven't really done an aura reading for myself in a while. So I did that. And everything made sense. Like, I feel like when I do aura readings for myself, it just really brings me back into the present moment. And I can see like, oh, I have red in my aura right here today. It's like really close to my body. Like, you know, my body's in healing. So my body was healing. So like, it makes sense why I didn't want to like go out and do anything or whatever, because I'm like tired and I needed to rest, right? Like, and like little things like that, like it just made sense. Like my reading just really made sense and brought me back into the present moment. And so I was just inspired to kind of like come on here because I haven't had any inspiration on what to make videos about, because I was posting twice a week for a while and I was really keeping with it. But then I had my union with God experience, which completely changed everything in my life internally. Healing is different. My thought process is different. Like, obviously I have days like today where I was just really in my head. I didn't really know what to do, but becoming back into the present moment really helped with that. Brings me back to union with God when you're present, because you find God in the present moment and you find peace in the present moment. And so where was I going with that? I just don't know, because Reiki isn't like the same for me anymore. Like when I do Reiki, I'm like moving my hand like this, and I'm like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like when you have your Kundalini rising or union with God experience, healing is different. It's different. Like, I'm not just like this, like doing Reiki anymore. Like, it's like my hand is moving. I'm like moving my hand to like different chakras in my body, or like different parts of my body, and like the chakra system, like you can tell, you can like see the chakra system like way different. I mean, there's still, I feel like the 7 main chakras, maybe 8 though, because I feel like there's one like above the heart, and then there's like the throat. So like I notice 8. But then like you're also just like healing certain parts of your body. You're clearing things out by like singing, and like like I'm singing like it's at the top of my lungs, or I'm like growling to like clear something out, and I can feel where it's clearing out. Like if I'm like growling, and sometimes I feel it in my heart or like my stomach or my back even. Like it's so interesting. Like healing is so intense, and you can actually feel the results right away, like in the moment. It's just different. It's just different. And even doing Reiki for other people, like when I'm doing it for a client, I'm channeling their energy and I'm clearing it out like with my body. Like it's so interesting. And I it's just like I don't really want to do that on camera anymore, because it's like it's so intense and it can be so weird looking. Like it's not just like me like this. Like I'm like looking like a crazy person. Like I look like I should be in a psych ward, honestly. But it's like I could, and it's not possession. It's not possession, because it feels amazing to be healing it. Like you can tell it's healing and nothing bad is happening. I can also come out of it if I choose to do so. Like I go into it with a surrendering intention. Like I want to heal. But whereas possession, like you're not able to choose when you go into it, right? With the union with God / Kundalini rising, like you can come out of it whenever you want. So that's how I know it's healing. And trust me, like it's healing my body every single day. I go into, they're called Kriyas. I go into Kriya every single day, okay? And it's just so interesting. Healing is different. So like I can't really do videos on that, I guess, is the conclusion I'm trying to come up with here. But I don't know, like I don't really feel like I can do that on camera, like the actual healing. But I don't know. So don't really do that. And then like with card readings, because I'm so in the present moment most of the time, I don't feel the need to pull cards for myself or pull cards for other people, because looking into the future of like, oh, like in the future, like this will happen, and I'm just hopeful for that, and I don't know what to do. Having answers about the present moment just helps you to it really simplifies things, so that you can take action in the present moment. What can I do right now? Right now, in this moment, not in 2 weeks, not in a month, like, oh, in a month, like, my psychic said that I'm gonna be happy in a month. Like, okay, but what about right now? We can be happy right now. Let's see what we can do to be happy right now, you know? You don't have to wait. That's the thing, you know? Every moment is perfect. This moment is perfect. Every moment is so, like, juicy. Like, that's the word that's coming to mind. Like, it's so juicy and, like, so chock full of so much beauty. And it's finding the beauty in the present moment. You know, I felt like such a blob today. I just felt like such a blob. And I look at my aura reading and I'm like, oh, like I'm not a blob. Like I have like red over here and this means this. I have yellow over here and this means this. I have green right here, and that's interesting because I never really see green in that area, but this is what it means. And like it makes sense, and it really helps. Because I was even in Korea today, like before I was in the aura reading, like I was in Korea, and I still felt like I wanted to do that reading, which led me to this video. So maybe I'm meant to do this video. And I really wanted to do like a special offer on my Etsy shop. I know that I have sales sometimes and whatnot, but I don't really feel like I can lower the price right now. So I wanted to just come on here and tell everyone that if you book any reading or Reiki healing or whatever on my Etsy shop this week, I will pull a few cards for you, and kind of just to like add to your reading a little bit. and it probably will be, it's going to be very like present moment focused. So usually I like to pull from this deck, the Power of Surrender deck. This is an amazing deck, and it's very present moment focused. So I would love to pull these cards for you if you book a reading this week, like 2 or 3 cards, just for you, and I'll add a little message about the cards on top of any of the readings that you book. So yeah, just wanted to offer that to you guys. I'm also gonna do like a quick collective reading right now. This is just like very spontaneous in the moment. I had no idea what I was gonna talk about when I came on here, but let's do that right now, because it's getting dark and we're losing daylight. So let's see. What does the collective need to hear right now, or anyone watching this video needs to surrender at this time? Oh, okay. Like 3 popped out. Okay. Surrender resentment. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. Okay. So this card is blue. So it's really interesting because blue has a lot to do with expressing yourself. And I feel like with this card, the first thing that I'm thinking of is like, you know, when someone says something to you that you really don't want to hear, and you kind of like lash out at them and like don't really think about what you're saying that might hurt their feelings. I feel like for some reason I'm just feeling like watch your communication style. Like, I think observing your communication style and how you react to others is really important right now. Think before you react, okay? If you feel like, if there's a really strong emotion coming up, maybe just observe it before you react to something that someone might have said to you. And also be apologetic about how you react to things. I feel like a lot can be swept under the rug a lot of times if you just want to keep the relationship, you know, okay, and you don't want to have conflict. I think that you don't want to bring it up again if everything seems to be all right. I feel like, I don't know why this is coming up, but like I just feel like apology, like maybe there's an apology that you have to give to someone. You've been thinking about maybe how you didn't treat someone maybe the way that they deserve, or you just feel bad about something. Like, it really doesn't hurt to communicate. It really doesn't. I think that expressing yourself and communicating what you feel is communicating what is on your mind in a respectful way towards others is so important. And I think in today's day and age with like technology and everything, I think we're forgetting how to like communicate with people. And I mean, I see this with myself too, just like not really knowing how to approach a conversation. Like, it's tough because it's easy to just be like, oh, like I'll just text them, but, or not even that, or it's like, oh, I want to wait until we're in person, but maybe you don't even know when you're going to see that person. So just thinking about how you can take your ego out of it and let someone know that you're sorry, or just communicate how you feel. Doesn't necessarily have to be an apology. It can be just something that, you know, maybe they said something that bothered you and you just want to talk it out, you know, but do it in a non-attacking way. Yeah, really interesting because the red also shows our fears and our very primal instincts. So a lot of like our trauma is stored in our root chakra. So a lot of times when someone is maybe saying something to us and we're having a really, really extreme reaction, it's because there's some trauma there that's like coming up and we're reacting from our trauma standpoint, when really that's something that does need to be healed. So also just recognize what that trigger was and how it's making you react, and really like meditate on that. I would say it would be really helpful just to learn about yourself and learn about what makes you triggered. And I think that's about it for this card. That was kind of a long reading, I'm sorry. But okay, frustration. Surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. I mean, literally, that's exactly what I pretty much said for this card. Take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So just not reacting from that trauma standpoint. Even if you have to like walk away from the situation for a second. I don't know, this is like, I don't know where this is coming from. Like maybe there's just one person on this that's gonna like really resonate with this, but maybe we're all, I feel like, I actually do feel like this is a collective thing, because I feel like a lot of us right now are really like in our heads for some reason. I don't exactly know what's going on astrologically. I don't really look at that anymore, but it really feels like we're in like survival mode. There's just a lot going on. It's a lot of stress, you know, the economy and everything. Like, it's like everyone's so stressed out. Like, we don't really know like what's happening next. We really don't. Like, things are so unpredictable right now, and I think we're all so stressed out. We're all reacting from this like trauma standpoint of like what's gonna happen, and like having like not having control. And I think it's just really important to go inward when we're feeling like that, and to understand that, and to just be careful with our words, because our words can really affect people. And surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, attractiveness, and power. Going inward and understanding your triggers really, really helps to heal the self, like the sacral chakra, which is all about yourself, and like getting to know yourself. And when you get to know yourself really well, this is what I've observed, like just like with my union and everything, and like going into Korea and like healing those triggers, like I really noticed that my confidence has boosted so much. Like I'm coming on here with like no makeup and I don't even care. It's like confidence in like who you are as God made you, you know. But it's also humble. It's like humble in knowing that it's getting dark. It's like being humble before God to be yourself, you know, and confident in yourself. It's interesting, but yeah, like that would really help to just kind of like to center yourself and come back into presence and not be afraid to face those fears. Facing fears is a huge one, but yeah. And it is orange, like the sacral chakra, so makes sense. This is all about throat chakra. These two like chakras kind of go together for me. Like it makes sense for them to kind of be connected, because like once you understand yourself and your triggers and everything like that, and just like know thyself, then that's when your communication gets a lot more clear, and that's when you can truly authentically express yourself in a such genuine way. So these two definitely are connected in my opinion, and it makes sense to heal this one so that this one can flourish. So I don't know, that was kind of like all over the place. I hope that made sense to anyone that watches this, but yeah, so I'm gonna hop off here, but I am so glad I did that. Don't forget to purchase your aura reading, chakra reading, or whatever other reading, Reiki healing I have on my Etsy shop, and I will be pulling cards for you this week. What's the week? It's the 13th right now, so till the 21st. Let's do March 21st. I will pull card. Actually, yeah, let's do 1 week. I might extend it, but I might not. So till March 21st, unless I let you know otherwise, I will be pulling cards for you with an extra message, so don't miss out on that opportunity. But I will see you all in the next video.